Welcome back. This is Spa Unfiltered, and this is the channel that I created a few days ago, basically. And this is where I want to tell you everything about spa, running a spa, how it is to run a spa, what is good, what is bad, ugly, basically everything that you will not see on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok. Things that people don't want to talk about and how hard it is and like what it really takes. So this video, I want to talk about how I actually started. So with all honesty, I actually manifested this. Back in the day, about 10 years ago, I opened a spa when I was 35 years old. I kind of like realized that this is going to be very expensive to kind of like do all these treatments and you know, Botox and fillers and like all the good stuff. I realized it was very, very pricey. And I said, okay, what is the best way? How can I get as close to it as possible so I can do all these amazing treatments on myself all day long, right? For like fraction of the price. So this was my reasoning and this was my why. No aging. I did not want to age. For all of you guys who want to age gracefully, God bless you. There's nothing wrong with aging. I admire you. I give you applause, but it's just not for me. So I attended a workshop that was recommended to me from a friend. It was very intense workshop. It was basically like personal growth and development workshop. And in the end of the workshop, it was like a 3-month thing. In the end of the workshop, you had to stand in the middle of the room and declare what you want, what is next for you. And I was standing there in the middle of the floor, surrounded by, I think it was like 80 people there. And I said that I want to open my own spa. I want to run my own business. And funny enough, this is exactly what happened. So it is interesting that I believe that I can do it. And everything after that, everything unfolded basically. I was meeting the right people. I was in the right places in the right time. Somehow everything was aligning and somehow things were falling into place and leading me to opening a spa. Funny story that surrounds the event of opening a spa. I was dating a guy at that time, and right now I realize this was a blessing in the sky. But basically he was discouraging me for about 2 months straight. He was trying to discourage me that this is a very bad idea. I had a corporate job back then. I was making decent living. And I mean, I could totally get by. Like, I didn't need to like open a business and just kind of like find a different job. Everything was going okay. So basically that guy for about 2 months straight discouraged me over and over and over again and was trying to present to me why I should not open a spa. And he was telling me things like, oh my God, there's like spas on every corner in New York. What are you doing? You will never make it. You have no experience in running a business. Like, this is going to be a disaster. How are you think you're going to even like pull this off? Like you don't understand how much work it takes to run a business. So this is what I was listening to for 2 months. Now, with all honesty, I will tell you why this was a blessing in the sky. Because for 2 months, he was trying to convince me that this is a bad idea and this is not gonna work. But despite of all of that and all of this, his basically conviction, trying to convince me that like I shouldn't be doing this, I did it. I mean, I was like, no. I don't want to listen to this. Like, you know, whatever you're saying, I hear you. Yeah, okay. But I actually went ahead and I did it. So my lesson from this video for you is, before you open a business, before you open any business, you need to find 5 people that you need to talk to. And these 5 people need to convince you why you should not do it. Listen very carefully what they have to say and reason with them. And after these 5 people, if you still want to do it, do it. I'll tell you why. This is important because running a business, any business, it's difficult. It's not easy. It's doable, but it's not easy. So every day, basically, there are challenges that you were not ready for. So every day when you wake up, things come up. The machine breaks, the person calls in sick. Like, there's always something happening. Always. There's not a day that goes by that it's like easy. At this point, after 10 years of being in business, I am resilient enough to not be bothered, for the most part, with all these little things and all these little events and fires that keep coming up. So I'm kind of like, okay, I will handle it. I will deal with that. So if you get discouraged by someone telling you that you can't do it, you will not be able to pull off throughout the harder days that you will encounter in the running a business. You will get discouraged very, very easily, and you will want to, like, you know, crumble in like a black hole, like I sometimes do, like I told you guys in my first video. So it is important. It actually build resilience. So the saying, what doesn't kill you make you stronger, it's right on. So after 10 years and after putting fires daily, I basically came to a conclusion that this is what it is. This is actually how it is to run a business. So you need to learn, you need to adapt to go with it. You need to adapt, and you need to understand that I always say there's 7 solutions to every problem. And that's the mindset that you need to go into business with. Like, everything is solvable. You can totally make it. You'll find a solution. You can solve this. If you can find 5 people that discourage you from opening a spa, and if there is any doubt in your mind, and if there's any millisecond that you give in and you say, you know what, I think you're right. If that's what's going through your mind, you're not ready. You need to be so absolutely sure that this is what you want to do, that no one can tell you otherwise. Not the smartest person in the, like, no one can like convince you otherwise. You need to want this more than you want air. You know, when you go under the water and you're grasping for air, and like in a pool, right? You're like diving and you're grasping for air. This is the want that you need to have. This is how much you need to want this. If you don't, any minor inconvenience, it will completely derail you, and it will completely discourage you, and you will not be able to carry on. Honest truth. You need to, like, I got this, and it will happen. It's totally possible.